Good morning and welcome to BTV Kenya. Welcome to BTV Live. Now this morning of 13th May 2025, we are privileged. In the studio with us is a guest whom I'm going to bring to you in a little while. Remember, you can follow us on BTV Kenya. That's on YouTube. Visit that page, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Let us know where we are reaching you from and where you are viewing us from. And also you can visit us on Facebook page Blackman TV. You can also visit us also on TikTok and Instagram, BTV Kenya. Welcome once again. I'm your host Gagi Isaiah, and this morning let me take this opportunity to introduce my guest. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know my guest is called Mercy. Let me give Mercy ample time to introduce herself, to tell us who she is, where she's coming from, and what she is doing. Welcome, Mercy.
Thank you. I'm glad this morning to be here. It's a big privilege. I'm Mercy Ngasha Owino. I'm coordinator of Women Collective Migori County. I coordinate women's in Migori under Women Collective Organization Kenya. So in Women Collective, this
now before we get into that, I would just like you to brief us, like you said, you are Mary Mercy Ngasha. You work with Women Collective Kenya. Now, my dear viewers, that's the company that Mercy works with. Remember, today we want to talk about abortion, and more specific, to be specific, we are talking about safe abortion. What is safe abortion? What is safe and legal abortion? That is the topic of discussion this morning. Now, let me give Mercy time also to brief us. What is this WCK organization? What do you do? How do you do your things? Welcome, Mercy.
Okay, thank you once again. In WCK, which is Women Collective Kenya, this is a grassroots movement that coordinates and empowers women, vulnerable women and fights for the rights of girl child and women in the society. In Women Collective, we fight for the both sexual rights of women and girl child in the community. So we've been doing this through community sensitizations and advocacy. Yeah.
Now, where is your organization based, like the headquarters, and how many counties have you spread to as at now?
Our head office is based in Nairobi, and we are working currently with the 6 counties, which is Nairobi, we have Kajiado, we have Kisumu, we have Migori, we have it is Kajiado, Migori, Nairobi, Kisumu, and then
okay, it's okay. Now at least we know your organization is well distributed, though sparsely distributed, but well distributed. Now, getting into the discussion that we are to have today, abortion. When we talk about abortion, what rings in the mind? You've been there, you're a social worker,
yeah,
and you've been dealing with women, you've been dealing with the ladies. When you meet people and you talk about abortion, what rings in the people's mind, and what is the perception behind it?
First of all, I can say abortion itself, when you talk about it, it sounds weird as a woman. You know, like kama mama nikija express, I say abortion, some have got a stigma over saying it. But abortion is getting rid of a baby, kuavya mimba. You get that? So in the society, when you have courage, we have few who can stand and testify about abortion. Not that everybody or every woman can get that courage of educating another fellow woman about abortion, because like society, church, and those, I can say those who have learned, those learned ones, yeah, they have got a negative perspective about abortion. Yeah.
Now, when is or what is safe abortion?
Safe abortion is getting rid of a baby with a qualified physician, going to the hospital, doing the correct procedures that are needed, yeah, under a qualified physician. That is what we call safe abortion.
And unsafe abortion?
And unsafe abortion is using these unqualified quacks. Maybe some women or some girls, young girls, they go through these herbals, and maybe they end up dying. They end up not getting babies earlier in an adult age.
Now, have you in any way interacted with somebody who has maybe a lady who has undergone through abortion, or that is unsafe abortion, and if at all you have, how do you help them understand that this is not the right way? At what point would you advise somebody to go for abortion? That is,
I can say abortion cases in Kenya, they are high in women. You get like in marriage, people do abortion, while teenage girls, they do abortion. People do abortion and go through abortion just because of many reasons. Maybe it is because of health problem. Maybe it is because if it's a teenage, underage, they went to school and maybe she got that pregnancy in a wrong way. Maybe it was rape. If it wasn't rape, maybe incest. So you see, abortion, I can say in Kenya, abortion is wide. And yes, I've ever met a lady, or I get girls who have gone through abortion, and most of them, they have stigma. They can't stand out to talk about it, because, you know, like in the society, when you are generally raised, I've told you earlier, talking just about abortion is very difficult as a woman, because ukienda tuseme like in a church, I want to talk to my pastor, educate my pastor about abortion, how it is carried. They'll see it weird, wanaona huyu anaenda against the church rules, unaona. So confidently I can say this kind of ladies or this kind of girls, we take them, we sanitize them through community sensitization as WCK. We encourage them, and then at least they have courage to face the society, the community, and then it is also a lesson learned to and passed to others. I
have heard of a gentleman. I want to cover the identity. He gave a story. I want to see how you view the story. The story was he was actually is rich, he's well off, he's doing well. He was saying that the mother told him of a story how he was conceived, and it was unfortunate incident. It was a case whereby the mother was raped, but the mother decided to keep the baby because of the belief against abortion. So she gave birth to a baby boy child, and after some time, although there was a lot that happened, people talk about her negatively and about the boy. You see the way you came into this world, your mom was raped, but the boy actually managed to go through this successfully. He finished his education, he got his degree, he's now doing a great job. And I heard him saying that he totally disagrees with abortion at whichever level, because if the mother had aborted him, he would not see the light of the day, yet the mother was raped. Now it is like to him he stand against abortion, but you people are supporting abortion. Now, the case scenario. What do you think of that? Do you find challenges of people like that trying to fight against what you people are championing for?
Actually, we don't support abortion. Women Collective don't support abortion. We just try and explain the stigma out after the act of abortion. That is why I'm telling you, being a lady, it is your choice. We encourage. It is either you keep the pregnancy or you undergo abortion. It is your choice. Abortion is your choice, because abortion is not legalized in Kenya, but under the Act of Law, I think it is according to the choice of a woman or the mother. Yeah, permitted. Maybe the woman, was it incest or it was just through rape? It was a rape case. Yeah. Now maybe the mother herself chose to keep the abortion because to keep the baby. This okay, that is what I'm telling you. This is personal interest. It is the mother to decide if your life is at risk, or if you're feeling maybe this is a rape case. Maybe let's say, for example, you've given me your story. This is a madman now. Has raped me, and I was not ready for that pregnancy. I was not ready to carry that baby. Why should I keep the baby? And maybe I'm married. I'm a married woman. So how am I going to keep this pregnancy of a madman who has raped me, and yet I'm in marriage? So it will force me, because I don't want my husband to know, I'll go and look for a qualified physician to undergo the process of abortion. So it is the choice of the mother.
Now, you've just mentioned that because you don't want your husband to know. Why, if it is something that you didn't plan for, something that happened accidentally, why is it not easy for you to let your husband just know that this and this happened? I was raped by this madman, and at this happened. Now I want to do this. Why do you find it, like women generally, they find it very difficult to come out and share with their husband in such cases?
Now you bring in another story, yes. Whereby this story that you're bringing in, for me, generally I normally believe like men wants to be right on their side. Like in marriage, women, if we do something wrong, a man points a finger on you. But whenever a man does something wrong or something has affected the man, they ever are on the right track. So like in marriage cases, you might get like these things of relationship, and there's no that individual courage that I'll have. I go to my husband and tell my husband that I was working, or I was working somewhere, and then a madman came and raped me. Will he really accept that I was raped? He won't.
It depends with the how you package.
How you package yourself.
How you bring the whole scenario into play. Because, for example, you can't just walk to me and say, hey, for example, I'm your husband, and you walk to me and say, a madman raped me, I want abortion. You see, it won't make sense. You'll have to clarify nitty-gritties. You have to explain how this thing happened, what conspired, what led to what.
So rather than me explaining them, rather than me explaining a lot to you, it's better I remain silent. I carry the burden myself. I go to a qualified physician since I'm able. Then I get rid of it, and the relationship continues as husband and wife.
Now, I asked you a question earlier, but indirectly. When you've said you don't support abortion, abortion is not legal in the Republic of Kenya. Now, when does abortion become legal in your perspective? When is abortion allowed? In which scenarios is abortion allowed? Because if you go to church, you tell people abort to slave, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
So at what point will you advise somebody, like what has happened, what has led to what that caused this pregnancy? At what point will you advise somebody to go for abortion?
Like Women Collective Kenya, we support when the life of a mother is at risk. Maybe the mother has been sick for long, let's say fibroids, pressure, and then the baby is growing inside the womb. So that one is a medical case. The mother is supposed to go through abortion. And then also maybe incest. Let's say, for example, I'm a mother. I'm working outside the country, and I have girls. So my husband is staying with the kids. So my girls are grown up. Maybe kwa bahati mbaya, the man amelala na, the father amelala na msichana wake. That is not a pregnancy to keep. That is a pregnancy to at least hiyo ni ya familia. It is
just on that. Are you a believer? Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
Do you read the Bible?
Yes.
Okay. There are so many cases like that in the Bible. Although it is, I don't want to relate it on that, but I want you to look at the case scenario of Judah. Judah had sons. The elder son died. Then he gave the wife to the second born. The second born did not accept, got killed. Then the other child also came into the play, brought the other boy. But during the intercourse, what happens, I don't know what it is called, safe sex, the other son did not want the woman to be pregnant of him. So every time he was ejaculating, he would ejaculate outside, and God punished him and he died. And Judah said this woman has bitter breasts, and she was chased out of home. He was not ready to give the last born. But later when he went to shear his sheep, and the lady learned that Judah was coming, she dressed herself like a prostitute. I don't know if you've heard the story. And when Judah was passing by, he lured Judah. And Judah had intercourse with the son's wife. And after that, she asked Judah for something. And Judah gave his rod and the ring. So later, when Judah heard that the daughter-in-law was expected, she called that she might be killed. And what turned out, the lady said, before you people kill me, whoever owns this is responsible, needs to be killed. From that perspective, and relating to what you've just said, incest, I don't support incest, but what becomes of that?
Personally,
yes.
Personally I can say, like, mimi ningekutana na mtu mwenye aliandika Biblia saizi, I could have punished that person personally. because look at it, I'm a Christian, yes, but at times if you base on the Bible, vizile vitu zimeandikwa pale ndani, you get that kuna zingine tunaenda kando. That is why if I stand in church to talk about abortion, and I'm educating people, I'm passing that message about abortion, some wale Christians, wale wenye wameokoka kabisa, they will not support it. Watasema these are hypocrite, this is what. That is why I'm telling you, if I could have met the person who wrote the Bible, some verses, sincerely speaking, we can't agree. They are misleading. Yeah, they are misleading. So in the current world that we are living, let us just base kwa scenarios zenye tuko nazo on the ground, that incest, we don't encourage it.
Yeah, like I find it very difficult because the same Bible condemns incest.
Yeah. That is what I'm telling you. That person should be punished.
It shouldn't. I think there's a moral story behind the story. But all the same, you've said incest. Which other like scenario that would advise somebody to go for self?
Yeah. And then another point of advising somebody to go for abortion is like we have these teenage kids who are schooling. These girls, they go through peer pressure. Unapata mtoto, she's informed too, and maybe she's a good and well-performing student in class, and she wants a bright future. And you get like maybe the family also is not supportive, the family is of a low background, and maybe this lady or this child has somebody sponsor who is sponsoring them, and they shy off to shame that person. So you know, like in such a case, maybe a girl can approach you and mama, I'm like this, because that is what we normally encourage. Like a parent, I'm a woman, I'm supposed to be close to my daughters. So when your daughters feel free to you, they'll tell you, mom, I've messed, I'm like this and this and this. So you ask her, it is the choice of the girl. She's underage. It is the choice of the girl. Tunafanya aje. So if the girl choose this pregnancy should not be kept, then I opt for safe abortion. And then we have nowadays puberty inakujanga at early stage. You get now these premature kids, mtoto ako 12 years old, unfortunately amecheza huko nje. People are watching nowadays YouTube and whatever, this internet. She has watched, she has seen how people are kissing and doing ABCD, and then how they are doing going deep into sex action. Then she has maybe played unsafe sex, and unfortunately she gets pregnant without her knowing. This child inafaza mtoto na ni mtoto. You see, 12 years old, she's attending monthly period nowadays, according to which kind of foods and ABCD we eat. So such kind of a kid, if you go ukiangalia medical history, this is not a pregnancy to be kept. If she agrees, the choice is from the mother who is carrying the pregnancy.
Or the parents, generally?
Not the mother, who is carrying the pregnancy,
Any other scenario?
Any other scenario?
Like, have you met somebody who wants abortion, and there are two parties here? Maybe the lady wants abortion, the parents does not want. Maybe the parents wants abortion, and the person carrying the baby in a womb does not want abortion. Have you met such scenario? And in such scenarios, what do you do? I want abortion. My parents doesn't want abortion. All your parents want you to abort? My
parents want me to abort.
But you don't want to abort. You want to keep the baby?
Yeah, such scenarios are there, but it normally depends on which current situation is on the ground. Maybe the parents want abortion according to maybe they don't like the person whom I'm carrying the pregnancy for, and I love the person. I'm the one to decide, am I keeping the pregnancy because that pregnancy is for another person whom I love, and my parents doesn't love the person. I'm the one who has agreed and decided to keep that pregnancy. So for that scenario, it needs guiding and counseling, whereby you bring the parents together on the table together with the individual or the lady who is carrying the pregnancy, and you make the parents understand the choice to respect the choice of the lady, and you make also the lady to respect the choice of their parents. But at the end of the day, you all agree on one thing. You get, if you counsel the parents well and you counsel the lady well, at least you have something on the table to agree on it.
Post-abortion challenges. When I came to the meeting where you were the other time, I had the discussion about challenges that comes with post-abortion, that is unsafe abortion. The research says that in Western Kenya and Nyanza are leading in cases of post-abortion challenges. How does it work? What are the challenges that comes if somebody engages in unsafe abortion and now it has occurred?
Post-abortion cases are there, challenges are there most in the communities. Let's say for example, Lady X or Lady A decided to do an abortion, and it was unsafe abortion. Then she ends up dying. That is why we condemn unsafe abortion. If you opt to do abortion, go for safe abortion. That is what we advise. If it is a must, you have to go through abortion, or you have to do abortion, go for safe abortion. But if you go for unsafe abortion, we have safe abortion, those whereby you get an individual dies. We have those who loses their uterus. We have those who, if you use a uterus, you permanently don't give birth, kabisa. It causes severe misbleeding. Like in the community where I come from, such a case emerged, or such cases do emerge, and we ended up losing a young lady, 16 years old, which is really discouraging. That is why we have to carry advocacy on it and preach this outside. Even for those Christians, they're supposed to know that if it is a must that an individual or a girl has opted to do abortion, let them speak out. Pregnancy is not sickness. It's just for a short of a period. A mother will have that pregnancy. Then after 9 months, she'll have to deliver. So we are supposed to embrace them, give them good advice to avoid this loss of life, loss of uterus, and so many other cases.
I believe for us to avert the abortion, there must be education on sex. That's sex education. At what time do you think it is right to start teaching our kids, our young girls, our boys about sex? And how do we engage them? What is the proper way of engaging them on sex education? Because this becomes a big challenge today.
Sure. On my side, I can say bravo to Kenyan education system. This CBC is compulsory of everything. You get this sex education life, they get it from school, like at a teenage age, like 12 years.
Yeah, that's from grade 5.
Yeah, from grade 5 for there. At least they're educated on how they can take care of themselves. And they are condemned. Doing this action, doing that action is bad. So you get that, they know. These kids, they know. So that one, it is good to education system. They have assisted, but for us, like Women Collective, we normally have this community sensitization, whereby at times we gather youth together according to age. We do advocacy, and we pass the message out. In fact, we normally hold this in Migori, in our office, when the schools have closed for longer days. You know, when schools have closed, youths or these young kids, they have a lot wanaranda here and there watching nudes, and then we encourage parents. Smartphones are there to assist the kids on the education, like research processes and ABCD, but we are supposed also to be strict with whichever our kids are accessing through the phone, because ukiacha tu mtoto atumie simu, they can go all along. They're watching nudes and ABCD. So you get like, I want to practice. So we are supposed to have limits. Yeah.
As a parent, or you're a parent, how do you go about educating your daughter, your son, about sex? How do you find it easy? Like now you want to talk about sex, how do you even begin the talk?
It's a bit sensitive, but I call it friendly.
Many people don't know how to do it. So that's why you as a specialist, you can help us understand, give us the procedure, words to use, and how to go about it.
Okay, that is why I'm telling you it is sensitive, personally, but I normally call it like a friendly session in the house while you are with your kids, especially girls. Wanaume ni watu wa kusurvive. so like these girls, she can go to, like, they normally, there's an age when they start, a boy anakuandikia kaleta, they write kaleta, anaeka 10 bob ndani, then he gives to the girl. So napata when the lady reads and sees that is a love story, anaieka then kananyamaza. So maybe question in a ring inside the mind, how can I break this to my parent, or how can I share to my teacher? So you get like, maybe she fears the teacher according to the relationship she has with the teacher in school, at school. Then she's free with the parent. Mtoto anaanza, mama, James aliniandikia barua. Then she goes, ndio hii hapa. So it is where as a parent you go through the letter and you start talking to your daughter, realizing that your daughter is growing, realizing that your daughter is understanding there is sex, maybe there is love, and that you just caution, you put limits according to what the kid has asked. You don't go just direct. After love there is sex, there is this, no. These things go step by step.
So must you wait until your daughter comes with this, or there's a way you can prompt this discussion, even without, because not so many children are open with their parents these days?
Yeah, sure. On my side, I can say like when your daughter has reached the age of 12 years, she's good enough to go to. You sit with her down and start counseling her, showing her the sensitive body parts. You make precautions on how she can go about it, or what she can avoid, and ABCD. So you're just to be after when she just reached 12 years, because at 12 years it is when some of them start now seeing the monthly period. So you are supposed to be sensitive as a parent. You bring the child closer, you be friendly, and then when you be friendly to the child or to your daughter, I think they open up. These kids also, they are mature, and with the generation of nowadays, if you bring them closer, they talk and they share a lot.
My question would be curiosity. Like you start talking about the sensitive parts of the body, and it's like, why is mommy telling me about this and this? Why is mommy telling? Is there something that she's hiding? Do you think that could lead to her trying to find out more?
They do. They do. Like I can tell you, like I was amazed, and I'll share a bit story of it. There's a day my daughter came from school. She's 11 years, and she got the neighbor. The neighbor has given birth, and then she was like, I have 4 daughters. Then she was like, Mama, kwa kina Imelda kuna mtoto. And I was like, yeah, the mother bought. Then they laughed. You see, the 4 of them laughed all together. Then, then the last one, 5 years, told me, Mama, hapana, mtoto anatoka huku chini. Then I was like, because she's 5 years old, then for me I remained silent. The second one now comment, wewe unatudanganya, mtoto wanakata tumbo, wanatoa mtoto, ama anatoka chini. So I remained stupid as a parent, and asked them, can we talk? They said yes. I am niambie, nani wanatufundisha? Nani wanawafundisha? Teacher. You see? Maybe this education also, they get the information from where? School. They read. So when they read, when they are playing also outside, that is why we are being told also as parents, we be sensitive, and we be sensitive on the side of kids when you wanatembea now, when you wanacheza now, the kind of people they mingle with. You get like maybe when maybe you stay in a plot, they are playing in the neighborhood. You get kuna tu story tu tembea, they are teaching each other. So there, fulani alituambia hivi, they get the information from there, they add on top of what they get in school. So you are there as a parent, not knowing that my 5-year-old daughter knows that mtoto anazaliwa through this process and this process. So they open up and say, yeah.
I get you. But let's get back to the abortion aspect. You see, the idea of abortion is in the society today, it is like a normal thing. In the today's society, abortion is normal.
Yeah.
What is your take on that?
My kind of views on normal thing, it is because of, I can say number one is because of economic standards. Mostly in marriages, I'm married, then I have maybe, let's say I've given birth to 3 kids, and then this baby is a bit of 3 months. Unfortunately, I've started now praying with them, and then I got pregnant again. You see, the baby is 3 months. Now she's supposed to be, or he's supposed to be turning 4, and I'm pregnant. So in such kind of a situation, and you still have others that you are taking care of, you see, economic is high, you are still adding here, and adding, you are down breastfeeding, and then also you have another baby in the womb. You're supposed to also start preparing for another maternity, which is a very difficult situation, whereby a lady normally opts to let me abort if they agree with the husband. That is why I told you abortion first is a choice from the mother, or a choice from the two partners. And then apart from economic status of the country, what normally leads to abortion at times is fear. I've raised a lady, a girl, she's now grown up, and then I don't have that close relationship with her, and nile mtoto anaogopa wazazi. So you get like, if mom knows that I'm pregnant, maybe she'll be harsh on me, maybe she'll do this, she'll punish me in this way, or she'll chase me away. So what I'll do personally, I'll go and look for friend A. So friend A, maybe another friend of hers or another relative of hers has done abortion. She'll advise me, fulani alifanya abortion and she survived, so she'll go for that safe abortion. She'll do the abortion. So that is what is making abortion in Kenya is a normal thing, I can say. Yeah.
You have been dealing with people that are like abortion, like talk about abortion. Why do you find it very difficult for somebody just to come out and say, I've done abortion and I'm here, okay? Why, as a community social worker, I believe you're also a counselor, why is it that it is very difficult? Before, if you try to contrast and compare, you looked at the during the times when HIV was so much prevalence, people were shying away from talking about it, but it came to a point where people would come out openly and say, I'm HIV positive, I'm living with this. Why is it that when it comes to abortion, many ladies do not want to be associated with abortion, and yet you find that they have aborted at one point?
Okay, abortion itself, I can say it has stigma. It's not easy I have committed abortion. I just come here freely and say that I'm an abortion victim. It is supposed to go through some counseling. At least you get that courage, and also if it is safe, because it is not it is bringing stigma, because it is getting rid of a life, innocent life of someone inside you. You see, mimi nikuja tu nikwambie nimeabort, nimetoa mtoto. It doesn't sound well, but due to 1, 2, 3 circumstances, that was the only choice I opted to. So it is not easy. They shy because of the stigma in it, and because it is getting rid of a life inside you. Maybe I got it in a wrong way, or I didn't agree with this and this. So that is why women or girls are getting stigma of saying it out. Yeah.
Do you find it easy working in collaboration with the county government officials, the health department, to champion on this, or sometimes you find it very difficult to share with the county government or county governments in relation to issues with abortion and all that?
Yes, I can say we would like to, because nowadays, because of I can say because of the economic status, because of life we are living now, like Gen Zs, they have a lot of extravagant, lavish life. So you get to share with the county government. They're supposed to organize these seminars for youths, these trainings, community sensitization, advocacy. At least we pass the message out. We make the youths or the teenage to understand, and the women, also in marriage we have abortions. We make the women also to come in terms and understand abortion itself. And we also preach to the church, because I came to realize, you said in Western and Nyanza it is on high rates.
That's according
According to the Kenyan report. But I can say also, if you look on the church, Christians, they are trying to bring it, okay, they preach now the message of, I was even shocked another day I was in church, and the bishop is bringing it out. They accept it is really affecting the community and our youths. These are our leaders for tomorrow. She got pregnant, then she has got rid of that in an unsafe way, maybe over herbalism there outside, not going to the hospital. Then unfortunately she dies. That is a leader we are burying. And if she could have, if she could have gone through safe abortion, we could retain her and to go in a great lead in future. So what I can say is the government, the county government, to organize advocacy, seminars for youths and trainings. At least we spread this and explain to more youths and more women outside there about abortion and pregnancy.
Now, because of the interest of time, I want you to elaboratively in like 2 minutes, tell us about WCK in comprehensive, how you do your things, how you do the communications and coming up with events and programs, especially now that you are coordinating with the county, because I've never had it in Suna West. I only had it in, that is Awendo constituency. I've never had of WCK in Suna West constituency.
You've never had it in Suna West constituency?
Yes. So basically, I'm giving you humble time to tell us more about WCK, how you do your things, how you organize your things, where people need to find you, and all that.
WCK, earlier I said it is a grassroots movement that fights for the rights of women and girl child in the community, both sexual rights, and then we support their rights. So I can say WCK is based, our office is based in Awendo, Mariwa Village, Mariwa Center. Countrywide we are in Kajiado, we are in Migori, Kisumu, Nairobi, and Kiambu. We are in 5 counties. There are 5. Yeah, we are in 5 counties, and we normally have this calendar, like we observe these Women International Days. At least we have a message to pass to the community and the society through events. We organize advocacy. We organize sometimes street talk, and we open the forum for individuals to speak out. And that is there's a time that we were affected. You know, like in our window, we are affected with the Sony Sugar nuclear. So you get that killings were a lot of women were being killed, and WCK really stood. We did advocacy for that, and we coordinated with the Sony company, and at least the cases
are reduced.
Yeah, reduced. So have I answered you?
You have. Now I want you to look into the camera. Now you are going to take your last word. I want you to talk to the Kenyans, talk to people outside there. Tell them what you have to say about abortion, what you have to say about everything we have discussed, the advice you can give. You have a minute. Looking at this camera.
To my fellow Kenyans outside there, from WCK, this is Masingasha. I want to share to you, like a woman, let us embrace our girls. Let us be friendly to our girls. Let us spread the gospel of abortion, safe abortion, and safe abortion clearly to the society. Like Abortion itself is a choice of an individual. If a mother decides to, let them get a right to their decision, and let us not force issues. So I can say churches who are against abortions, kindly let us go through the notes well, and let us go through it and understand it well, that abortion, yes, it is a crime, but if it comes to a time whereby the life of a mother is at risk, or the life of a baby is at risk. Let's say, for example, a baby is dying inside the mother's womb, that is supposed to be taken out. So let us consider this as a big and a good lesson in our community, so as we save lives, and we educate more great leaders, women leaders in future.
Okay, thank you so much, Mercy, for coming to BTV. Thank you for coming to share with us much on abortion. We really appreciate your time. My dear viewers, thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV. Thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV Live here in BTV. We thank you so much for watching. And remember, you are free to reach us so that we discuss matters that affect our community directly. It is only here in BTV, your home live TV. We have to bring this to an end. Till tomorrow, the same time, we'll be here to bring you much of what needs. This was very impactful, and God bless you for keeping tuned. Thank you so much, Mercy, and welcome again and again. Please
Welcome
don't
again.
shy. We'll bring you back again.
Bravo to Women Collective Directors.